Clang! Welcome back. Welcome back. We did our first game. That was pretty good. We got to see some AA versus AA, USF versus OKB. Got all those acronyms down pat. Now we're going to go in and see a game with a Korean player, SturmTigerFish. At least I think he's Korean because his player name has Korean characters, I believe. You guys can confirm or correct me in chat when you see them. But I clicked on the player card and I went to the Steam profile, and under his profile it said SturmTigerFish. So that's the name I will use on my overlay, and he'll be playing OKV. Oster. That's good to see. Wehrmacht against RuberGruber Soviet. So we've got a vanilla Code 2 matchup for you guys. He is Korean. Okay, thank you very much for the confirmation. And yeah, I've taken Chris Velasco's soundtrack out of my stream because YouTube rejected my one of my video uploads yesterday based on the fact that I'm using copywritten material by Chris Velasco. It's just the in-game soundtrack that plays while they're playing. So I've sent an email to Cynthia to see if there's a way we can deal with that. I don't know if that's a new thing for 2015 or what, but yeah, YouTube didn't want to accept one of my videos based on copyright violation. Boo. So it's a little quiet around here, but we're just gonna have to roll with that. Let's hop in game and see how they're doing. Yes. Okay. So my fog of war is off. It's Kolodny Ferma Spring again. In the west, we got RuberGruber playing the Soviets, and in the east, we have SturmTigerFish playing the Germans, the Wehrmacht Oster. Okay, good old vanilla matchup. I like it. Let's have a quick look at their available commanders. SturmTigerFish has elite troops. I have to admit, my least favorite of all the commanders. I will never get over the ordeal over that ridiculous Tiger Ace. And now what I like least is this stupid troop training. I just despise this idea that you can put a ton of vet on units really early in the game. I just think that's terrible for balance and terrible for competition. I will always ban this commander. It's like a pet peeve. We didn't allow it in our tournament, and I will never allow it, I don't think. I just despise it. Anyway, so maybe if they keep adjusting it, although what are they going to do to satisfy me? Remove the first ability? I doubt it. So anyway, anything that gives like random amounts of vet or purchased vet just doesn't belong in Co 2 at all. I know it was the thing in Co 1, but Co 1 was completely different. Like the whole faction was based on purchasing vet, and you had to make strategic decisions which way you wanted to go, either if you wanted to buy vet or buy units. But this thing, it's just so strong. It's a no-brainer. Having like double vet grenadiers at like 3 minutes is pretty totally awesome. Or like your first P4 that comes out, just make it double vet right away. It's just stupid. I would never want to see that in a tournament. Okay, my little rant is over. What else do we have available? Maybe you won't even go that doctrine. So we have Lightning War, and we have Mechanized Assault. Now this is an interesting doctrine, and it's very popular now, mainly because of the Stug A. The Stug 3 aus FA assault gun is a pretty decent early anti-infantry and okay anti-tank gun. And so we've seen a lot of players going mechanized, not building any assault grenadiers, and bringing out that Stug. And of course later you have the Tiger available to you. So mechanized, we have a new guide coming out for mechanized. It's already written. It's in the queue. It's waiting to be guidalized. That's what we like to say. It's our own Code2.org staff made-up word. Guidalizing something is like portalizing something. Also a made-up word, and that's where we take all of the hard work of the writers and strategists and turn it into a guide with a nice hot-linked, anchored table of contents and so forth. So Van Voort has a mechanized assault guide that's in the pipes and about ready to be published. Maybe I'll even do it tonight, tomorrow at the latest, to this very popular commander. But we don't know what it'll go yet. Nobody's chosen anything yet. RuberGruber is bringing out 4 conscript squads. Conscript spam is alive and well. We've seen many different players use it. Let's see what he's got available to him after we watch these Guys fighting. These dudes don't want to be where they are. They need to be behind this cover. He's clearly microing somewhere else. Over here, we see some interesting wire positions. But really, Fish is kind of fighting out of cover in many different situations, and that's going to be costly in the long run. He needs to stop doing it. This was the top 1v1 match. I could show you their player cards, but I'm being lazy. I can easily just I can put their stats up like this, and I can click on this, and I can get their profile, and then I can pump that into Kotu.org and get their player cards. So it is relatively easy to get that going. But I should have done it at the beginning of the game. Right now, I'm perfectly happy to just observe and see how they do. So, yes, some Soviet commanders available. Armored assault, shock rifle, which is by far the most popular one of late, and guard motor. So pretty standard stuff from Soviets. We'll see what they might choose. Soviet map control looking pretty good. 4 Volks against 5 conscripts. It's pure Inf. Inf v Inf in the early game. We got action on both sides. Where are the flamethrowers? There they are. Oh, Wehrmacht upgraded flamethrowers relatively early. All right. You can see that we have field infirmary for the Soviets back in their base. They're going to be needing it, healing up these dudes. These battered up conscripts, all 5 squads of them. Wehrmacht doing okay. SturmTigerFish successfully pushing the south. He should be able to cap the fuel and the munitions now. These guys, it's kind of hard to follow where the fighting is because it seems really kind of disorganized, happening all over the place, little skirmishes. I don't know where to look. Okay, now it's quiet for a second. These guys could be capping the center VP. There's nothing stopping them. They're keeping an eye on the ammo over here, though. But RuberGruber's done a good job to control this very important house, which looks over that ammo. So now Fish will make a move for the center. And let's see if he's going to hop in this very strong house. And that could be difficult for the Soviet player who does not have flames and does not have Molotovs yet. So how is he going to get these grenadiers out of this house? These guys sweeping up the mine. He must have seen that mine going down because he basically upgraded sweepers and went to go sweep them. So well played by SturmTigerFish. And now we see it's going to take a horde of infantry just to deal with these dudes. Let's see what they do. The flamethrowers are countering these guys who are trying to temporarily garrison the house. Really nice choice, I think, to spend that early ammo on these flamers. Those guys are out of position. Whoa! Gren Squad lost just standing in the center. This is something Fish really needs to work on. He never wants to be fighting out in the open like he's been doing. And that's going to cost him. He loses one of his 5 Gren Squads. But you can see these guys in the house, how strong this house is. Look, nothing can get them out. They've lost about half of their health in one model of the squad, but they've retained that position. See, now he wants to move all the way into this green cover. There's no reason to stop with these guys. He had them maybe on attack move, and so they started firing their little pea shooter guns from max range, but he needs to get in close with the flamers, and he needs to get into cover. So, you know, attack moving a flamer squad is not what you want to do. You want to select where you're going to put it exactly and put it right into cover. It's interesting. I'm just thinking, you know, a Korean player, I wonder if he's a StarCraft player. You know, that's the most popular game over there. Attack move is something you use constantly in StarCraft. And so maybe we can notice little aspects of his game where he's using attack move all the time. See, you get these guys fighting in the open. That's a sign of a player using attack move. Is there a way? I don't think there's a way we can see him doing that. I was thinking of popping on the old overlay, or not. I'm clicking here. Okay, so here's the old the old HUD, right? Heads up display, and so I'm wondering if we select a unit, we can see this flashing like when he goes to attack move. But I don't think it ever would flash even in this mode. So I don't think there's any way we can know for sure if he's doing that, except for by keenly observing the behavior of his units. Whoa, HUD switch lag. We won't do that again. That was just a one-time thing. sayonara old old UI for observing. I don't miss it at all. It's nice to see the buttons, but if you don't see the player pressing them, there's no point to see them. Of course, another feature that we would appreciate would be actually following a player from his perspective, where you see all of his mouse clicks and all of his button presses. That would be glorious. Something that most RTS games and MOBAs have, where you can just follow the player and see it from his perspective. But that would require quite a big change for Relic. They would have to store all the mouse clicks and everything. Obviously, replays already do that, right? Because the replay has to know where the guys go to. So obviously, all the mouse clicks are stored. But you know what might not be stored is the camera movements. Because, you know, with player perspective, not only do you have where he clicks, but you have where he moves his camera. And that's something right now that Go replays don't need. So they might have to totally rebuild the replay system to be able to allow us to follow a player's camera movements. An interesting little demo there. We have a long-range fight. This could take forever. LMG upgrade on the Grens. Man, the spam is just pure with these dudes. Look at 5-on-5 infantry v infantry. Look, they have identical armies. Look at that. 2 Pyos and 5 Volks versus 5 conscripts and 2 combat engineers. It is real. Yeah, he's definitely attack moving all over the place when these guys just stop out of cover. So we'll see if he can adjust to Company of Heroes 2 and stop doing that. Because look at this. He gets in a lot of trouble by doing that. These guys are in red cover and they're just getting chewed up. You know, they as soon as any engagement happened here, he needed to move back into green cover. So we're watching SturmTigerFish, who has potential. Obviously, he's at the top of the ladder, but there are certain aspects of Company of Heroes 2 that he's just not quite come to grips with yet. But maybe when he does come to grips with that stuff, I mean, if he's a top ladder player already while he's doing that, it just means he has potential to get even better and better and better. And so we want more good players playing this game, so we're excited to discover new ladder players that we don't necessarily know about. Rifle nade in, conscripts move away, take one loss to the squad and then retreat. This is fun. This is like a Co-1 game. Oh, these guys, look at, they're not capping. Oh, I hate that. You put them somewhere like this, you move to this position, and it doesn't necessarily mean cap, so they automatically like drift into cover, and they get out of the capping circle. So if you want to cap a point, you either got to use the stop command once they get to that position to hold them there, or you got to actually click on the point to cap it. So capping on the perimeters is dangerous now because of the way that units move into cover. So the answer to that, like I said, is either go to the position and hit stop. That will hold them in whatever spots they are. Or actually click on the circle. Okay, a good rifle nade in from the Grenadiers. These double-vet conscripts are trying to hold this cutoff as long as they can, but now it might be time to leave. It's sometimes good to retreat even when you've got 5 guys left if they're all really hurt, so that you don't have to reinforce them. You can just heal them up, and that's maximizing the potential of your field infirmary. Fights just happening all over the place. Very micro-intensive game. And SturmTigerFish, he's playing Oster as if they're like, Soviets or Americans. There's harassment going on, constant movement. This is fun to watch. I'm enjoying this. He's so not campy at all. Most players by now would have maybe they would have tech tier 2 and gotten like a half track out, and they would sort of blob their inf around the half track and reinforce and so forth and try to control one little area. But not SturmTigerFish, man. He is all over the place, working all sides of the map at all times, playing the most mobile and aggressive Oster that I think I've ever seen. It's really exciting. And maybe, RuberGruber, he might not be accustomed to this playstyle. He might just think, what kind of Oster is this, man? He's taxing my multitasking abilities and my micro all over the place. And maybe I'm getting a little overwhelmed by this dude. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, shock troopers are here. That's a good choice. So he has selected to go shock rifle frontline. No surprise there, right? That's the one we see almost all the time now from Soviets. But look at the capping and harassment. I'm loving this from SturmTigerFish. I'm loving his crazy aggressive playstyle, but will it work? Will it lead to a win? We don't know yet. Man, it's hard to follow, though, as an observer. It's catching me off guard as well. I'm sure it's catching RuberGruber a bit off guard. I wonder when he will elect to trigger that demo. You kind of have to keep eyes on your demos because they don't give any line of sight. So you need to have a unit at least in the neighborhood to know when to detonate. Okay, we got the Stug chosen, so we did go mechanized. Ooh, and that's why. Did you see that? 5 of the 6 conscripts were just wrecked in one shot by the Stug. So his anti-infantry capabilities are on display. The demo does pop. It annihilates that Flamer squad. That was a good choice. You know, Flamers are expensive. Flamer Pioneers are really an offensive, powerful squad, particularly on a map that has important strategic houses. So I like the choice by RuberGruber to detonate on the Flamers and annihilate them as they try to retreat. This Zis is perfectly positioned and it does lots of damage against the Stug. The Stug has to retreat. The shock troopers are still at the top, rushing in. And we have a nade in. Whoa! It does a lot of damage, kills 3 dudes. And the Shocks are going to win that fight. And the Stug really needs repairs. And now the pack is a bit out of position. And I wonder if the Soviet player is going to be able to capture it. It's getting really desperate on Kolodny Ferma. I'm enjoying this. I'm having a grand old time watching these guys battle out. We also have a doctrine selection. Yeah, I already mentioned that. He's gone mechanized. So both doctrines are chosen now. Whoa! What was it that hit them? Where did that come from? Ah, it was a nade from the shock troops from really far away. They threw it from like back here. Oh my God! It's so crazy. Conscripts dying. This is just hard to observe. Hard to observe. It's happening all over the place. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's driving me mental as an observer trying to catch all this. But I'm loving it. Oh God! Every time I see a mine that doesn't recloak, it just drives me nuts. So now it'll stay uncloaked forever, and these guys can just pick away at it. Fix it, Peter. What's up, Relic? You guys are back to work today, perhaps? No, today's Saturday. Maybe on Monday you guys will be back to work. And I hope you are aware of the issue with mines that don't recloak and all this squad wiping craziness that we've been seeing lately, the B4, the canister shot, etc. Work for Relic to do in 2015. I like to mention it frequently so that they are reminded of how important this stuff is to us. Hopefully Code 2 will see a lot of love in 2015. Hopefully we'll see some new stuff released. Keep this franchise alive and kicking. We're all so very curious about ESL. It has been confirmed by Cynthia that it's still quote-unquote in the works, still quote-unquote contract negotiations, but man, they've been in that state for like 6 months. So what is up? When are we going to hear some details about ESL in 2015 for Code 2? That's what we're all eager to hear about. We're all waiting with bated breath to hear about that. At least I am. House getting low. Stug is repaired. Big fight in the center coming. Control T. I want to watch it full screen. Okay, the Stug's backing out of it. Got to find a nice angle. You guys remember when we used to do this on X-Fire? And I think during like SNF Season 2, we had an observer named Brahmanfire, and he would like to like change the angles just slightly. And he would do like the whole game at a slightly changed angle, and it would drive the viewers nuts. They hated it. They insisted that he do the standard camera view. It's important, you know, for your sense of orientation. It's very important that we use the standard camera view almost all of the time. But with Code 2 and the increased ranges of various units, sometimes it's necessary for us to give a little slight tilt. And I think you guys as viewers have evolved. And I think you guys can now handle slight camera changes every once in a while. We're used to it enough now that, ooh, this could be painful. Kaboom. We're used to it enough that you guys don't go crazy when I tilt the camera just a bit. We've got the Captain S. Price AT blob happening. These guys are trying to find the correct positions. This is still so totally 50-50. Who's winning? Tell me in the chat, because I can't tell. I don't know. It's too close to call, in my opinion. I wonder, do we have a medic bunker in the Wehrmacht base? Because I'm seeing a lot of hurt squads. Yes, we do. Okay, so what do we have there on the ground? A flamethrower. Oh, yes, tasty. Can they retreat in time? Oh, he missed about a second there. Whoa, but the Stug is doing work. Doing work against infantry. He pops a whole bunch of those conscripts before the AT is able to fire. And this little Gren squad is totally happy. They've got their stolen flamethrower, and they're going to escape with it. But here comes the AT push. We've seen a lot of players using multiple AT guns to success, both yesterday and today now. And I think it's something that I will be doing as well. Because, yeah, one AT gun, not enough. Two AT gun, pretty good. Pretty damn good. And now we have the Tiger tank, the king cat, the king of the jungle. The Tiger has arrived at the battlefield. He's got this crazy striped skin. Relic really does need to update these decals. This Tiger, saying SDKFZ on the back, which just means utility vehicle, on a Tiger tank is not enough. They can do much better with those decals. Hopefully in 2015 we'll see some custom decals. IS-2 arrives. It's on, folks. It's totally on. We've got Tiger, we've got IS-2, we've got AT, we've got vetted Grens and vetted scripts. It is on, baby. Left and right. Soviets pushing behind the IS-2. Infantry running up. This is a frenetic game, man. These dudes are just throwing stuff at each other. The flamethrower Grens are behind the church. The IS-2 deep into enemy territory. The pack's still alive. The Stug is still alive. The Tiger's new to the field. Uh-oh. IS-2 a bit mismicroed, showing his butt to the enemy, just saying, come and get me. This harassment, this multitasking, this map harassment from SturmTigerFish has just been epic. Look at the map control of the Ostier. He's got the Soviet player totally outcapped, and that's something you don't usually see until very late game. But his attack move with units in all directions has finally paid off. As you can see, most of my mini-map is red. Ooh, there's a big hit. That was a Volksgrenadier nade. It clears the first AT gun. Ooh, he's going to reman it with the Flamer dudes. He is. These guys need to retreat immediately. That's a wonderful double vet Flamer squad. He doesn't want to lose it. So both AT guns are back. These are remanned by engineers. They're going to haul it back a bit. And finally, we're trying to see Gruber cap around the wings a bit, as he has won the battlefield to an extent. He seems to be the most aggressive pushing forward, but you know, there's a lot of nastiness back here. Packs up, friends. Whoa, look at that shot from the IS-2. That's why we see it so often, because it too has that great potential to kill lots of infantry in single shots. Plugging away. There's a scrim happening in the north that I can't even afford to go show you. It's a little infantry skim, but we want to keep our eyes on this awesome fight with these tanks, and the Zis guns are retreating. These flamer captured Volksgrenadiers pushing forward. They're down to one man though. Time to retreat. Oh, the Tiger being super aggressive clears one of the retreating Zis guns. Tiger's got full health. Okay, the LMG Grens won that fight in the north that I didn't show you. These conscripts are still trying to harass. Triple vet conscripts down here taking fish off of his fuel. The Stug now pushing behind the Tiger. The Tiger's up front of the pack. This is a formidable force to reckon with. Let's see if he's going to attack move on this Zis and try to destroy it, or maybe even try to go capture it. Okay, right now he's trying to destroy it. We need some repairs from the Allied side. He builds a Zis gun. He wants to try to control that infantry that keeps rushing forward. And just this is what I'm talking about. Look at the constant harassment from SturmTigerFish. I'm loving the way he is being aggressive with his units and constantly harassing the map. That is just fantastic. All right, what's going on? Why did the Tiger back so far away? I don't know. I don't know why he backed up so much. I don't understand that move. Okay, where are our little repair dudes? Here they are. Finally, they've arrived to work on the IS-2. And we see the Soviet players doing his share of harassment too. That's what I'm liking about this game. They're both staying active and harassing the wings as the big heavies fight in the center. A good game on Sunday Night Fights channel. I hope you guys are enjoying this. We're witnessing a little treat from two players we don't know too well. We're getting to know them right here on this Saturday morning, having a grand old time casting live games from Company of Heroes 2 using its new Observer mode. Oh, look at that Stogie killing in. He's got 12 kills already. One pip of vet. You know what I missed from Co 1? I missed that the Wehrmacht got diamonds. You know, I like that the Americans got stars for their vet symbol, and that the Wehrmacht got diamonds. But here they both get the same gold stars. I don't think that's as much fun. I would love it if Axis units still got silver diamonds as their vet symbol. I think that would be totally cool to add, you know, difference to the two sides, the two armies. It is going crazy now. IS-2 runs in, he suffers a Faust. Conscripts are falling. Axis Steel is laying in the pain. Double vet on the Stug now. You can see he's got the skirts. That's sexy Chexy right there. Look at that. He's got the Balkenkreuz. He's got a little Grenadier helmet, Balkenkreuz skirts. He's got the Berlin Bear on the front. Loving the look of the little Stug. He's awesome. He's going back to get some love and tender love and care, some repairs, as the Grens constantly probe the front line. IS-2's retreating. Where are the repair guys? They're back at the base, under strength, reinforcing. Don't you love that you can see both army shields up there? Don't you love that you can see all the resources? I mean, how huge is this, right? This observer mode, how huge is it for improving the viewer experience of the game? Massive! Massive! We needed this so badly. I wish we had this 2 years ago. I'm so glad we have it now. All right, it's popping off. Let's go full screen. Let's see these guys going at it. What we haven't seen yet from the Soviets is the incendiary barrage. But, you know, SturmTigerFish has been so active that where would you place it? You know, he's constantly moving. Let's see if the Zis can have any influence. This Tiger is just like, come at me. Both tanks. Wow, the pack laying in big rounds against the IS-2. The Zis attempting to penetrate the Tiger's front armor, having difficulty. The conscripts aren't able to get close enough. They're warded off by these grenadiers. The Maxim has completely lost its positioning. It's caught moving, and nicely played by Fish to recognize that the Zis was being repositioned, and he chases them off and makes them full retreat. Oh, wow, the two Zis guns are still alive. But, you know, they've been trying to harass each other, but SturmTigerFish is just winning that game. Look at the map. You can see there are no units at the top of the map, and, you know, there's only one unit at the bottom of the map. And SturmTigerFish is just out harassing the wings as they fight in the center, and he's making RuberGruber's head spin. The Tiger's going for it against the Zis. He took a bit of damage there. Look, he's down to about 60%. Oh my, the Stug E is going against the Zis and the IS-2. That's not a fight he wants. The Stug E is down. Darn, I love that unit. He was double vet. Okay, one Zis gun is destroyed, and now the Tiger looks like he's trying to focus it down with the attack ground. He wants to remove the vehicle so it can't be remanned. But the conscripts get on it in time, and this Tiger is a bit hurt. This mine, you know, it won't even trigger because it was lit up once. I mean, now there are pioneers there with their sweepers, and it looks like the Tiger is going to succeed. He's going to clear the Zis, and he's going to get out. Losing the Stug was tragic, but it looks like the Wehrmacht is going to win the war, so I'm sure he's not lamenting that loss too gravely as his units continue to cap RuberGruber out of Kolodny Firma Summer.
Red Army, at the service. Man down! This now belongs to the people and workers of the Soviet
I'll tell you what, if I get out of this game and SturmTigerFish is playing again, I will follow him as long as he keeps playing, because it has been really fun to watch his Oster. He's playing Oster in a way that we don't commonly see. We've seen a lot of great Oster played over the past couple of years. This is something different, and you know, it's powerful, and we can even see where it can be improved. So we're seeing a ton of attack move harassing, and if he can just even up the multitasking even more so that as soon as engagement might start, like attack move is great because you won't walk into a situation where your guys are just getting shot and they're not fighting back. So basically, if you attack move into the fog of war, Your guys will start shooting as soon as they see the enemy, and then you're alerted to a fight, and then you can micro into the proper cover as required. So if SturmTigerFish can even make that improvement and use cover better, this could become even more powerful. Very nice bit of light artillery barrage to keep the Soviets penned in, and that is GG. Should I give the Korean GG call? GG! SturmTigerFish takes it down. We can chalk one up for him on our scoreboard. Well played. Very interesting game. Had RuberGruber kept up with him for a while, but then it just became too much, and his head got spun. So I'm going to take you guys to the break. Enjoy this fan art from the Winter Wonderland fan art contest, which is now finished. The thread has been locked. The submissions are in, and we will wait to see how our lead artist, Tengen, judges the winners, and prizes will be announced and distributed soon. What's up, Love Nest? Are you going to play? Go Soviets, man. See if you get SturmTigerFish and show us how it's done. I would love to observe that game. So, take you to the break. We'll be right back in a few minutes.